Hi everyone, this is Bobby from bn-games.com, and we're doing another Initial D 3 arcade vlog. I'll explain the story later, but this right here is a potential transformer. I bought this after Yatan on eBay. He's a well-known arcade supplier. Same guy got the Initial D plastic marquee, and I've heard this is the way he wraps in foam. He's famous for that, which is what we're seeing here. So we're gonna unwrap it and take a look at it. Based on what I could find in my research, this should have the right voltages. I'm not sure exactly if it's the same model that's used in the Initial D cabs, but the voltages matched and the wires look like they matched in the pictures. So this is the first time opening it up. I've had it for about a month now, but I was very sick. Oh yeah, that actually looks closer now that you've unwrapped it. I know yours is wrapped in like a plastic. That's been used before. Look at that. Yep, there's the voltages. That looks good. So to explain, the original person who did a conversion of a slave cab like this one, his username is Streets King. We've been in correspondence recently. He got a hold of me and we've been texting each other. He sent me pictures of his cabinet and how it looks, and I was finally able to see what the wiring looks like. And it uses these like Molex connectors, and the key part was he showed me the voltages that were on the supply that he had. So we're gonna try to plug this in and see if it works.
Japanese dust.
Yeah, well, actually Chinese is from Hong Kong.
Okay, Chinese.
So we'll see if this does it. It's gonna be an attempt. Okay, we got it pulled out a little bit. Gonna take the piece off and see what we can do here. Now that connector does not come off easy.
I know I have it. Mine's tight too.
I'll take it. Okay, I got it. There's well, call it the baby transformer though. It looks about the same size as the other one.
Alright,
Yep, we're gonna get the light up. Initial D life hacks. If you have one of these shop lights, you can run it across, and then I just got turned on here. Although this one has a bulb that's a little loose. But once you have it on, you got yourself a shop light. Now, I need to bring up the pictures that he sent me so we can...
You gonna bring me to the transformer?
Yeah. I didn't want to film every part of us trying to figure out which wires are which, but we found the blue and white, which is in the picture, which is part of that loom back there. I know it's hard to see. And we might have found the right two on that side.
Okay, well, yeah, this one we can pull in. That'll work.
Yeah, that looks right.
Let me see. No, it don't.
What about the other side? Oh, no. Yeah.
No, see, these are squares. That's got an oblong.
Getting my hopes up.
It might be.
Well, keep in mind the transformer that he has also is the original one. This is...
Yeah, but keep in mind, it's not going to work.
We'd have to splice it.
I hate to splice it if it's not the right one.
Yeah, I know.
Okay, because that one's like, has its own slots.
Yeah.
Okay. See, that one there would like go into this one. Where's the other plug that we cut off?
There and there.
Okay, no, that's not the plug we're looking for.
Yeah.
Neither is that one. Okay. codes, the color of the codes are wrong. So, somewhere down here has to be another.
So we're going to, well, no other way to put this. It's a risky move, and I'm recording this now before we do it. The Molex connector ends don't fit on the wires, but I kind of figured that might be the case. This is, as I said, a different transformer than the one that I've seen that's official, but finding an original seems to be impossible. And, you know, why I chose this one is because the amps matched correctly. All of that matches. So the risk here is if this goes in wrong with the wires, then, you know, potential damage. But at this point, this cabinet is missing, you know, a number of key things: the steering wheel, the speakers it came with, and card reader, as far as we can tell, might not have power either. So we're going to give it a shot. You know, I'm recording this now, and if it fails, I'm going to record that it failed. But we're going to do it because I have it, and I'm confident it's going to work, but there's always that risk that it could go wrong.
These speakers, Bobby, we gotta change the plugs or just pull these out?
We would just have to pull them out because I don't even know if these speakers work, to be honest.
Damn that happens.
Because I don't remember them working when we picked the machine up, to be honest. But
we didn't pay it really a lot of attention either.
Yeah, that's, yeah.
Worth a shot.
Yeah.
By all rights, they should work.
Yeah, I think
the
so.
game works. They should work with the game.
If not, I mean, if this works but the speakers don't work, I know where I can get replacements.
Yeah.
It's not cheap, but nothing about this thing is.
About to find out.
Yeah.
Got the fire extinguisher handy?
You actually do. I do. You know, my thought process is if it blows the speaker amp and even maybe the power board for the steering wheel, as long as the rest of the game works, then, you know, whatever. It's not like they're working right now anyway. And those boards are actually relatively cheap to replace. The only thing I really worry about is the Naomi at all. But I mean, we ran, you know, direct power to it, so I'm thinking we might be okay. Famous last words, of course, but
Yeah, famous last words.
Alrighty, well, Frankenstein is up. Let me zoom out. Alright, ready when you are.
What does this do?
That's the microwave.
Okay. I'll do that for a minute.
Okay. Well, no smoke.
Not yet, anyways. Well, that's yours rumbles.
Yeah, it's been doing that more and more lately. I hear the Naomi going.
Huh?
I hear the Naomi going. Well, it's still alive at least. There's no audio, but then it might be muted on the Naomi itself, so...
Well, you don't usually get audio on this part anyways.
You don't get it on for the Naomi boot up?
For this here? No.
Oh, okay. I do on the other games.
No, mine don't start getting audio until
the game starts up itself?
Yeah.
Okay. Well.
I don't see any smoke yet.
Nope. This is not dying. That's a relief. That's a relief unto itself. And I thought maybe the light will turn on. Maybe just maybe, you know, it'll turn itself. I know, but it has. You know, since that day we plugged it in, it hasn't actually fully turned on, and stayed on like that one day. Oh my God.
Put the fire extinguisher away for now.
Yeah, for now. It sounds a little different, but I don't know if that means anything.
Well, you know if that steering wheel kicked.
Did you see it kick?
No, it won't kick yet.
Oh, okay. See,
yet.
yours
Still
works. Mine does not work. So, if you ever want to know what an initial D machine sounds like without the music, it sounds like a dryer, basically.
Well, something's loose, or once we close it up, it's just...
Oh, it quieted down, but it still sounds like a dryer.
Oh, mine does too. Mine sounds like an aircraft engine with the fan.
Yeah, I have to replace it at some point. Well, it's GD-ROMs were not fast. If this all works, I'm gonna put an SD card in this thing. I'm gonna I know how to net dim it now and get rid of the GD-ROM, so it would go a little faster, I think. And that way I could load Crazy Taxi. This thing will run Crazy Taxi without modification.
No. You were telling me that.
You know, I usually just, you know, turn it on and walk away, and then when I come back, it's loaded.
Yeah, well, mine takes forever to load.
No, I know. It feels like an eternity because I'm not used to watching it. I was thinking, shit, where can I buy another Initial D machine?
So far.
I don't even know if that works, to be honest. Oh, hold on. Okay, I didn't get it on camera, but we got the second card reader to work. So far, audio and force feedback aren't working, but we plugged in his card reader in now. And it actually got past the initialization, and the where it checks it. And it actually worked this time. We went to the test menu and I did a test and it failed. And it's also looking at the kickback, which it didn't do that before. So I'm wondering if those parts are actually damaged already. Because it didn't do that before we put that transformer in.
No, I wouldn't get past the kickback and all that.
So it has to be doing something. And I imagine it's giving us power to this thing as well. Okay. Well, I think we should put cards in and see if it works. So, Techmancer on Reddit sent me a box full of Initial D3 cards and the original cardboard box it came in. And this being the first time this machine's had cards actually worked, we're going to put some in there. A few of those might not actually be Initial D cards. Double check, because he sent me some for like other machines. He's an arcade operator in Canada, and he sent me 60 cards. For a good price with the original box. I wanted to show that off. And we're going to load the cards in and see if the game will spit it out. Let me put this aside. I guess one success of 3 possibilities is something. Okay. I wonder if we probably have to restart the game, I bet you. Because it still was giving that error message. Alright, let's restart the game. Let me hit start. No message.
Try and pick a card.
How do you do that? I haven't done it in God knows how long.
They should have gave me that option to start with. Dang.
Well, let me select a card and see what it does. Well, not so far. So, status report right now. The card reader actually isn't working. It turns out that the card reader was off in the menu settings. It didn't fry itself when we, wired in the transformer, so that's obviously good. But force feedback and audio aren't working. When you go into the Naomi settings and try to turn the speakers on, it says that they turn on and then the setting turns itself off.
Every time I go behind these machines, I always find something new.
Well, stuff falls behind there. He's going behind the machine to see if he can see if there's anything in the back he can see with the harness potentially. I've already emailed Yatan. I don't know if this transformer is working or not. I don't have a multimeter with me right now to try and see if it's getting any voltage. That would be the next step, I think. The one thing that did happen, that the kickback does attempt to initialize, at least. It looks like it when you power it on. I don't recall that ever happening before, at least on this machine. So, the moment at a loss. We'll see what happens when we get to the back of the machine.
Some tack. Try and initialize this again. Let me see if it does anything.
The card reader?
No, the kickback.
Oh, okay. Hold on. Finally gonna mount the service panel. We're screwing it in because I'm not using the coin mech that it used to sit in. That's hard. Ooh, you know that thing ain't built to last.
Yeah, that's when I use metal.
So now I can use the service buttons without having to open up the touch Naomi every time to get the card reader to turn off.
Solid up there now, but
Yeah. Just in case someone kicks it accidentally, which is plausible.
now that ain't coming on.
Nice.
Done deal.
Yeah. Like I said, now I don't have to keep getting to the Naomi to hit the buttons on the board. I can actually hit the test button here and make it easy to turn the card reader off since it doesn't work. And degauss, which I've never had to do on this particular cab. So we're gonna try to take the fuses out of the box, out of the boards for both the force feedback and the soundboard. Replace them and see if that does anything. Because at this point, I need to get a multimeter. I know. You're probably saying, well, why don't you have one already? I haven't needed one until now. So that'll be in the next video. And then we'll replace these fuses if I can find the part numbers. And if not, I potentially might just buy a replacement board, because there's plenty of these on eBay. Both of these. That's a potential solution as well, assuming this transformer works. But, you know, we're seeing some kind of sign of life that we didn't before, sort of. And, you know, I don't know. I mean, we'll try that first. Without the multimeter, I can't say if there's any juice coming out of this thing, obviously. So, we'll have to see. That'll have to be in the next video. But at the moment, it's a bust. And not a complete bust, is because, I mean, you know, it didn't fry the machine putting that transformer in. So, yeah, we'll have to try this in the next one. So we'll pop those fuses out, and I'll see if I can find some. Alright, please comment, subscribe, like, dislike, whatever. Put them below. Thanks. Quick update. I found a servo motor board for about, say, $50–$60. Yaton as well, because he's got all the parts. And I'm going to buy this soundboard because it's damn cheap. And unfortunately, the fuses on this board are actually soldered. We saw that after the fact. So in the next video, I'll at least have the soundboard to put in and see if that works. And we're going to get those fuses for the other one and see if they work. So that'll be the next video. So stay tuned.